Hej, cześć, z tej strony znowu ja, Milekowy. Witam was w kolejnym odcinku na moim kanale z Hogwarts Dziedzictwo. I teraz tak, podsumowanie ostatniego odcinka. W tamtym odcinku doszliśmy na przydział korony z małym opóźnieniem, ale jednak dyrektor pozwolił nam być wybranym do domu. Trafiliśmy do Ravenclaw. I teraz tak. Mamy odnaleźć swój pokój wspólny. Więc idziemy. Podobno pod strzałkę, nie, dobra, nieważne. Ktoś mi napisał, że pod strzałkę w górę można dać sobie taką książkę, która będzie... Daj mi przejść. Która będzie wskazywać na następną, całą trasę następną. Chcę wiedzieć, co tam jest, ale dobra, teraz to nieważne. Mamy się przedstawić tym osobom.
One moment. Watch this.
What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
Nie no, trochę się
Harrowing
denerwuję.
indeed. I'm still a bit on edge myself and a little nervous for classes to start.
Oh, you needn't be worried. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are fun but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
I'm not sure this is the right spot.
Ale skąd nie da się przejść?
That's just brilliant, Amit. Brilliant! You'd think you could... Why, hello. Would you like to take a look?
Zależy, czy będziemy mieli pelerynę niewidkę.
Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy?
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
I'm afraid I'm not much for memorizing constellations. Enough to worry about on the ground.
Well, you should know that all fifth years must take astronomy. However, I think you will feel differently after one night up on the tower. A quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you!
Typ to książkara. Nie ma to jak zapach świeżego pergaminu.
That's not right either.
Szybka przekąska.
I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
He did teach me a few things before term, but that's all I can tell you.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlick, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients, as long as your brews are all perfect.
Okej, czyli sami będziemy sobie hodować roślinki.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on
Na
your first
eliksiry.
day.
Hey there, new Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside. You had best not keep her waiting.
To jest chyba proszek Fiu. Ja to chyba muszę dostać właśnie proszek najpierw. Idziemy po schodach.
Good
O,
morning.
jest.
I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
Książka do wszystkiego.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Why don't you cast Revelio on this bust and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
Pierwsze strony przewodnika.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
Nie chcę na lekcji.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use field
Właśnie.
flames to get around a bit
O,
quicker.
dziękuję.
Your field guide contains a map of the
I teraz
castle.
dała
Open
nam
it up and
proszek,
find Central
ale nie
Hall.
taki do noska. Okej.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly
Dobra.
what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes. All
Wszystkie.
terribly
Ej,
useful.
proszę pani, jakich zaklęć będę się uczył na lekcjach? No normalnych. A jakie nazwy zaklęcia?
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on
Można
your
je też
first
nazywać
day, and
uroki.
you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have
I
agreed
jeszcze
to
coś tam
create
było, ale teraz
additional
nie pamiętam.
assignments for you
Nie
outside
kojarzę.
class. You'll be up to speed. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
Tak,
I
proszę
did my
pana.
best.
Umiem kłamać.
I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be
No, z tyłu w ogóle jakaś
well-trained.
kartka komuś wyleciała
Happily, you have the
z
benefit of
książki.
an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Okej. A co teraz nowa nazwa? Wilgardium Leviosa. Hmm?
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket.
Ten
For now,
Ollivander jeszcze
focus on your
żyje?
classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
No i o tym mówiłem. Dobra, to po prostu chyba jest taka dekoracja.
Perhaps mind what you're
Nie,
doing.
to jednak działa, patrzcie.
There's nothing like it in all of Britain, you know.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your
Okay.
own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
No i teraz mamy Levioso.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Manekin treningowy. I teraz, czy jest tutaj tylko Levioso, czy coś jeszcze zdobędziemy?
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent.
Levioso!
Good. Now, the basic. Well done.
Levioso! 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 Levioso!
Dobra, nie będę tego już przedłużał.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by duel. We'll start with you.
Pojedynek.
Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Levioso!
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it. Good form. I know.
This can't be your first duel.
Protego, let's just say I'm a quick Levioso!
For this event. I do enjoy a lively duel.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to
O,
Ravenclaw.
dziękuję.
Thank you, Professor Haggard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
Dostaliśmy
If what I've
3
seen today
punkty.
is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is
zaraz tam nie wejdę.
dismissed.
Pogadam sobie w ogóle.
Always
Tak
thought
fajnie
Levioso
będzie.
was for first years. Not anymore.
Tu proszę.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
You drilled
Um.
Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Ty, typie, cię coś boli? Ty wolisz przyjacielskie kontakty zamiast walki?
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
O, ja też nie.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Mimo troszkę już sobie powalczyłem, ale to nie było z ludźmi, więc mogę dodać, że nie mam doświadczenia.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive,
Nie
unsanctioned
zatwierdzone,
dueling
już mi się
organization.
podoba.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. New eyes,
XD,
right,
wchodzę w to.
If you want to get the
Z takiej
most out of
rostu
your time at
ekskluzywnej,
Hogwarts,
niestwierdzonej,
you're going
wchodzę
to
w
need
to.
to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll get in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the Clock Tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Do następnego. Tutaj mamy skrzynkę. Tutaj w ogóle coś jest.
Lumos. Leviosa.
What did I ever do to you?
Nie wiem.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Nie byłem tego tak pewien.
What are you up to now?
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him of some of the lessons.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. The summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Akio. A co robi czy ten dywek mnie właśnie zabił? Chyba tak.
Akio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, Potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air.
Teraz tak, już bardzo dawno temu powiedziałem wam, że nagram dla was Lego Jurassic World, tak? No i teraz jest taki właśnie problem, że nie za bardzo mogę go teraz odpalić na starej konsoli, ponieważ została wyłączona z Recording Studio, została wyłączona i możliwe, że nie nagram, niestety. Ale to się jeszcze okaże.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the... Very good! Now, think of this like go... Stay focused. Excellent control there. Accio. That's it!
Woohoo!
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are
Nie, no
playing
serio.
red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Dawaj no, szybko.
Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Accio. Splendid!
Bishop.
Aj, ledwo, ale nic się nie przedostało. Aj!
Happens to the best.
Here we go.
No jak tu nie spada?
There we go.
Accio.
Brilliant.
Ja tego nie potrafię. W ogóle u mnie sąsiedzi mają remont.
A bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this. Yes!
Accio.
Co ja właśnie zrobiłem? Serio?
Let us see this.
Nie! Serio mi to spadło.
That is how
Nie
it's done.
mogę. Suń się. Dawaj. Co tu jest?
Your composure.
Już przegrałem, kolego. To co ja mam nie tracić? Może dupy nie stracę. Dobra, wiesz co.
There we go.
Najmniej to zrzucę. A nie, w sumie nie, teraz mi się wydaje. Dobra, chociaż 50 jest.
Control there.
Ale no i tak nie miałem szans.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
I koniec
Well
zajęć.
done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, after my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Okej. I teraz tak, ty chciałeś ze mną pogadać, tak? Tak.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okej.
Hello.
Teraz co?
How was your first day coming along?
Nawet
Hello,
git.
Samantha. Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day was going. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Tam mamy jakąś misję. Jakieś misje poboczne odblokowane. Na skrzydłach literatury. Jak ćma do A także skrzyżowany. To jest ten niezidentyfikowany ekskluzywny klub. Wstawaj!
Levioso! Accio! Lumos! Levioso!
Wstawiaj! Wstawaj! Może wstawiaj! Wstawaj!
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the
Goblins,
uprising.
werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of
And by
1752?
the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
I'm not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Oh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack.
Mam nadzieję tylko, że w Hogwarcie nie dostaje się obrażeń za upadek. Jak na razie nie dostałem żadnego, ale mam nadzieję, że nie dostaje się. Jakby się dostawało, to byłby mały problem.
Revelio.
Oh, not again! Here I've
Boże,
come from the
co to
toilet bowl where
jest?
she said I could swim. Did you praxia mole? As
Sypie.
long as we're only one time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory. Not for the meek.
No czemu on z kibla wylazł?
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp. Sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment charms. So I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed.
A bo to duch
To
jest.
draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have one weekly swim.
Oh, don't do that. That's not necessary.
For this.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there. Levioso!
Intuicja nigdy się nie myli.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree.
Rel.
Besides, in crossed ones, you could duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
To ty pożałujesz. Przez przypadek zatrzymałem, sorry.
Levioso! Accio!
Expulso!
Levioso!
Accio!
Is that all you've got?
Protego! Come on! Accio!
Levioso!
Levioso! Find the one!
What to do?
No co tu się dzieje z tą grą?
Nice work.
Może dlaczego znowu mi ta szata leta?
There's strong
Lata.
competition ahead, but
Lata,
keep
lata.
this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organize these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first crossed ones victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
To w ogóle jest największy bug, którego widziałem. Ja to bym najchętniej znalazłem to. Ja bym sobie najchętniej teraz zdjął tą szatę. O Boże, teraz wygląda jak to kompletnie. Co to? Dobra, nieważne. Nieważne. Co to w ogóle było? O, mamy rękawice. Rękawice. Dobra, a nie, to są te moje. Te, które miałem od samego początku, są lepsze od tych? Dlaczego ja mam w ogóle obrona 0, ofensywa 0? A zdrowie 235. No dobra, nieważne.
Just wait till I've grown a bit. Then
I feel sorry for your next opponent.
Ta druga jest chociaż normalna, bo ten pierwszy powiedział, że kiedy dorosnę, to zobaczysz, a ta druga to po prostu współczuje twojemu następnego przeciwnikowi. Ta pani, jakby ta dziewczyna miała rację, też bym współczuł. Dobra, lecę na tę misję. To będzie ostatnia misja w tym odcinku możliwe. Bo ja nie staram się nagrywać czym dłuższych odcinków. Tylko po prostu godzina max. Godzina max odcinek.
I bet garlic had some in it. Why else would it be the only common room in France?
Kotka pogłaszcza i idę.
Sometimes the prefect sits next to me. Well, sometimes he is.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Czy on powiedział excuse Dick? Nie mogę.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Kurde no.
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one.
Boże, teraz jakie zadania będą?
I mentioned earlier.
No
We've
to gra się
arranged to
wisza.
replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far
Po prostu
superior.
bym nakładał cenzurę. Że takie... profesor.
I'm eager to
Dobra.
get.
Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
A ja chcę z tą...
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the
Tutaj, żeby
area.
was uszy nie
She'll
bolały, to
keep
daję
you
taką
well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's
wykrywalną,
undesirable
że
wrong routes.
słychać grę, a nie słychać
A
mnie
rather
przez chwilę.
unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Mam nadzieję, że was to wcale nie zaboli, ale no to jest koniec odcinka. To byłby bardzo dobry zakończenie odcinka. Ogłaszmy kotka. Bardzo, bardzo dobry moment na zakończenie odcinka. I no, ta wyprawa nie może trwać więcej niż 10 minut, nie? 9. Dobra, najwyżej wezmę
You have a new spell to teach me,
wezmę
Indeed, I
wesołą
do.
Nati i
And
skończę
an
ten
exceedingly
odcinek.
useful one at that. The mending charm Reparo. Fixes things
Ale
right
ja
up.
miałem do
Makes a broken
Hogsmeade
object good
iść.
as new in the blink of an eye.
Dobra, skończę to.
More frequently than one would
Skończę to
imagine.
zadanie i
As
kończę odcinek.
Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic.
I'll start on the task right away.
Tutaj mamy. A to będzie chyba
This is the
krótkie,
right
nie?
area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Latająca stolnica. O, tutaj jest. Dzięki. No patrz to. Typie. Książka mi się... Tego jeszcze brakowało, żeby mi się książka zbudowała.
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Brilliant.
Krótko to było.
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't too much trouble.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and
bo chyba wiem, dlaczego ty się
I want
wieszam.
to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something,
No i
have a
już.
go with that broken statue in the
Poprawiamy.
alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak.
To jest.
Perhaps a
Jest
jilted
koniec tego
lover thought
odcinka.
it too accurate and
Więc
lashed out.
zaglądanie. No i pa. A, właśnie, miałem to sprawdzić. Jeszcze na szybko. Ustawienia. Obraz. Wiedziałem. To jest ray tracing włączone. Ja muszę mieć na fidelity po prostu. Bo fidelity to jest tryb, w którym bardzo ładnie wszystko wygląda, a plus ray tracing to jest, że wiecie, są wszystkie odbicia i tak dalej. To pa.